Hello everyone and welcome back to channel. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you with us today because we're going to talk about one of the most powerful lessons that Stoic philosophy offers, turning setbacks into opportunities. It's a lesson that can completely reshape the way you approach life's challenges and turn every obstacle into a stepping stone toward a better version of yourself. We all know what it's like to face setbacks. It could be a failed project at work, a personal relationship that's falling apart, or a goal that seems just out of reach. When we face these difficulties, it's easy to feel defeated, frustrated, and even hopeless. We often get caught in the negative emotions that come with failure, believing that these setbacks are signs that we're not good enough or that we'll never succeed. But what if I told you that these setbacks are not the end of the road, but simply an opportunity for growth? What if we could change the way we see challenges and use them as catalysts for becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient? This is exactly what Stoicism teaches us, that setbacks are a natural and necessary part of life. The Stoic philosophers believed that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control our reactions to them, and it's in our reactions where the true power lies. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote encapsulates the Stoic approach to setbacks. What we often perceive as obstacles or barriers can actually become the very things that propel us forward if we respond to them with the right mindset. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, Stoicism encourages us to see them as opportunities to practice virtue, build resilience, and refine our character. So how do we do this in our everyday lives? How can we shift our perspective from one of frustration and defeat to one of growth and opportunity? Let's break it down. First, the Stoics teach us to embrace adversity with acceptance. We live in a world that constantly encourages us to avoid discomfort, to shield ourselves from pain, and to chase after instant gratification. But the Stoics believed that true peace and contentment come not from avoiding difficulties, but from embracing them as part of the natural order of life. The Stoics understood that everything in life is impermanent, both the good and the bad. Setbacks, like everything else, are temporary. And by accepting that setbacks are an inevitable part of life, we can begin to see them as opportunities for personal growth, rather than events that disrupt our lives. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is one of the most important principles in Stoic philosophy. When we face a setback, our first instinct might be to resist it, to become angry or upset, or to wish it hadn't happened. But Stoicism encourages us to recognize that the only thing we can control in any given situation is our own response. This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful because it allows us to detach from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies setbacks. Instead of spiraling into negativity, we can take a step back, pause, and ask ourselves, how can I respond to this in a way that will lead to growth? When we adopt this mindset, we're not simply reacting out of habit or emotion. We're choosing how to respond with wisdom, patience, and resilience. The Stoics believed that setbacks provide us with the perfect opportunities to practice their core virtues: courage, temperance, wisdom, and justice. Each setback allows us to sharpen these virtues, turning what might seem like a failure into a valuable lesson. One of the key elements of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. We can control our thoughts, our actions, and our attitudes, but we cannot control the external world or the actions of others. When facing a setback, this understanding becomes crucial. If we focus on what we can control, our reaction, our attitude, and our ability to learn from the situation, we immediately reclaim our power. We no longer feel helpless or at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, we understand that the real power lies in our ability to choose how we respond. Let's think about this in a real-life context. Perhaps you're working on a project that doesn't go as planned. The client pulls out at the last minute, or a mistake you made costs the company a significant amount of time and money. It's easy to see this as a personal failure, to feel ashamed or discouraged. But if we apply Stoic principles, we can take a step back and reframe the situation. Instead of dwelling on the failure itself, we can focus on what we can learn from it. What went wrong? How can we adjust our approach next time? What skills or knowledge can we gain from this experience? The setback becomes an opportunity to reflect, learn, and ultimately improve. Another powerful Stoic practice is negative visualization. This might sound a little strange, but stick with me. This technique can help transform your relationship with setbacks. Negative visualization involves imagining the worst-case scenario, the worst possible outcome, and then preparing yourself mentally for it. By contemplating what you would do if everything went wrong, you're not wishing for failure, but instead preparing yourself for it. This practice helps build resilience by making us less afraid of losing what we value. It teaches us that, even in the face of adversity, we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. For example, imagine you're faced with a potential setback, such as losing a job or facing a financial difficulty. Instead of panicking or fearing the worst, you can practice negative visualization by asking yourself, what if I lost my job today? How would I react? What would I do next? In doing so, you build mental fortitude, knowing that you are equipped to handle challenges and that no setback is insurmountable. This technique helps reduce the emotional shock of setbacks and prepares us to face them with clarity and confidence. A key part of turning setbacks into opportunities is the practice of gratitude. Even in the face of adversity, there's always something to be thankful for. This can be incredibly difficult when things aren't going well, but it's precisely in those moments that gratitude becomes most important. Gratitude helps shift our focus from what we've lost to what we still have. It helps us recognize the value in the small, everyday things that we often overlook in times of comfort. By practicing gratitude, we train our minds to see the positive, even in difficult circumstances. This practice of gratitude can also deepen our relationships. When we're facing setbacks, it's easy to withdraw or become bitter. But the Stoic approach encourages us to turn inward and reflect on how we can grow from the experience. One of the greatest gifts setbacks offer is the opportunity to connect with others in new ways. Whether it's seeking support from friends and family or finding strength in shared experiences, setbacks often lead to deeper, more meaningful relationships. And that, in itself, is something to be grateful for. Finally, let's remember that setbacks are not permanent. Everything in life is in constant motion, and setbacks, no matter how significant they may seem at the time, are only temporary. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can navigate through these challenges with grace and resilience, knowing that they are just part of the journey. Our ability to turn setbacks into opportunities doesn't come from avoiding them, but from embracing them as moments of growth and transformation. So in conclusion, the Stoic approach to setbacks teaches us that every challenge holds the potential for personal growth. By focusing on what we can control, reframing setbacks as learning opportunities, practicing negative visualization, and cultivating gratitude, we can turn every setback into a stepping stone toward becoming a better, more resilient version of ourselves. Life is unpredictable, but by following Stoic principles, we can navigate its ups and downs with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Thank you for watching. If you found value in today's video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every setback is not a dead end, but a powerful opportunity waiting to be explored. Stay stoic, stay resilient, and I'll see you in the next video.